Welcome back to the content studio at Sport Beach in Cannes, France. I'm Glenn Cole, one of the founders and chairman of 72 and Sunny. Very proud to be here with these two amazing women. Jes, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jes Wolfe, serial entrepreneur, and I'm one of the co-founders and co-owners of the new Love San Francisco volleyball team.
Hi everyone, I'm Chantell Preston, also a serial entrepreneur, and I am the co-founder and co-investor of the League One volleyball team, San Francisco.
Hell yes! And I also get to throw out that I am one of the owners of League One Volleyball San Francisco. I happily in a minority on that team with these two incredible women leading us. What brings you both to Sport Beach?
All the sports. All the media. Cannes. Yeah. Here we are. The best conversations, the most relevant cultural shifters are here. Thank you, 72 and Sunny, for hosting us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And it's been the connections we've made, the brands we've met, but also just the genuine people that love sports like we do. And it's just nice to be around people, like-minded people like us.
Has anything jumped out in the last few days? A person or an event, an experience that you thought, I got to bring that to League One San Francisco?
I mean, there are too many to.
Yes. Nothing jumps out yet. It does get overwhelming by the end of the week. So
we have a list at home.
There will be a digestion. Exactly. Well, League One San Francisco, and we're calling it that now because we have not yet revealed our name, which is coming very soon.
A few weeks.
So for now, I'll refer to it as Love San Francisco, is the only women's-led ownership group in the league. And one of very few in all sports, which is an incredible thing to be and to be a part of. So as founders, what did each of you have to believe about yourself or about money or about sport or any of this to make this feel possible? It's not that it's not possible, but for some reason it has not manifested itself, and you guys seem to be very proud about not just doing it but setting an example for others. What was behind that? Why are you in it?
Yeah, I think our inspiration came from Angel City. They were one of the first to really do that. And Chantell and I have both invested in women-owned, women-founded companies. We have founded companies for many, many, many years, and we bonded over that piece of it. And we wanted to do something different. We think that women's sports should be owned by women, built by women, led by women, because it is about women for women. And there's a lot of room for everybody in this, but there are not enough women at the top driving it. And that was something we shared and said, we know a lot of women that we think would be into this, and let's do it.
Right. I think you look at, if we're going to change the narrative, we need to start investing in women. It's not a charity. So putting your money where your mouth is and writing those checks to show we're not just cheering for them, but we're actually supporting them by investing in them. And that was important for both of us, is to show that, hey, it's not that hard. We all want to be supportive of women, and so this is how we're going to do it.
And you said, Chantell, to me in the past, we also need you intend for this to be a successful business. It's not just a sports team or a venture, right?
It is. I hear so many people say, "Oh, we'll put some money in as a charity," and that drives me crazy, because if I look at my investments and some of the companies I've invested in, I've made great returns. Why? Because women can execute. Women have great plans. So I want to change that narrative to, "Oh, I'll put a little money in just because I feel like I have to." No, this is a good business decision based on the valuations, based on what the opportunities are. So I want to change that in regards to how do we invest in women as a positive versus a negative and just a charity. So yes.
Both of you seem passionate about financial literacy, also with young people, especially with young girls. I know your whole career has been in this space. Can you talk about what you're doing there? What do you want to use this platform? How you want to use this platform to advance that?
Yeah, money is power. Yeah. Understanding money and being in control of money is very important. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Current study shows that over 70% of women don't view themselves as financially literate. And that needs to stop right now. And you start with the next generation by teaching them what is money, how do you invest, how can you make it work how do you make your money work for yourself versus you having to do it. And we want to role model to girls, what does ownership mean? What does investing in something? What does building a business mean? And what that can translate into. And the more women and girls that take an active interest in their money and putting their money to work, the better the world is going to be. That's how we're going to grow the economy as well and create more jobs and more opportunities.
When I first had my wife and I, USF player, let's go Dons, first chatted with you guys, our post conversation, we were both marveling at how it's unlike any other conversation around a sports venture, a team. You expect to hear about who's the coach is going to be with the team, the logos and stuff like that, and you guys are right away talking about how you're going to be a force in the community. There were programs you were talking about around financial literacy. Do you have specific programs that you're going to bring into the San Francisco community? I mean, it's obviously you're making a platform bigger than a team.
We do.
Can you share any?
Absolutely. I think it's really important for us to get the community involved, as we talked about. So if we can offer those financial literacy, I know we talked about going out and talking to some of the athletes in the schools. Let's start them young. We never learned, or I never learned, financial literacy in school. That was not something that was taught. So if we can get in there, have those conversations, understand what different asset class, what are options? People think that you can only invest when you have a lot of money. That's not true. It's just about making good decisions and knowing what opportunities are out there. And so those are some of the things that we really want to engross into the community.
We also really want to start with our athletes.
Yeah.
And so making sure that, one, our athletes make lots of money. 2, invest it and know how to invest it. And 3, also invest in their futures on and off the court. So setting up internship programs too for our athletes in the off season, so that when it's time for them to no longer be a professional athlete, they have the experience, the network, the know-how to have a really enriching second career.
It's just a growth ecosystem.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's so incredible. When will the people out there be hearing what the team composition is? Is there a team reveal date? Do we know? We don't know.
The week of July 13th right now is when the roster will come,
That is-
and we will reveal 15 superstars who are coming to San Francisco.
Both of you have different careers that got you to this space, and I want to have you each talk about them separately. I'll start with you, Jes. So Rebel Girls. Give the folks out there who aren't familiar with it the 411 on Rebel Girls and what it has to, and where that overlaps with this project.
Yeah, Rebel Girls is a global girl empowerment company. We're on a mission to help raise the most inspired and confident generation of girls. And we're trying to do that via storytelling so that girls can see themselves everywhere they could possibly want to be in this universe. So we've published books, podcasts, apps, videos, events, really omni-channel media storytelling for girls to give them role models about real life women doing everything possible under the sun, so that they can learn those skills and they can have that person that they want to be, or that profession they want to be, and the skills and to go and do it. So we've reached 50 million girls so far.
Whoa.
Globally. Would like to reach 100 million girls. And that was really how I fell in love with Love, was this idea of showing girls a path from youth to pro. And we really thought that like the real pathway is from youth to pro to leadership to ownership. So how can we give girls role models and show them, hey, maybe you're 10 years old right now and you like to play volleyball. But if you love volleyball, you could be a pro volleyball player, or you could be the president of the team, or you could be the owner of the team. And here are all these different opportunities for you via your love for volleyball. And here's people who are doing it so you can see how to get it done.
It's great that the club will be able to back up its promise, since you literally already have a program in place. The infrastructure's already there. Chantell, your background in an industry sense, not sports and marketing, but medical, and an incredible career there, and now kind of a second, third, fourth. I don't know. You're a multi-hyphen human being.
Careful, Glenn. Okay, only second phase of life, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. So talk about, what did you learn? I'd like to know the why, the what, the why, and how, what you've learned there that makes you feel confident, or that you're going to bring to the Love San Francisco party.
Sure. So as you mentioned, I did not grow up in sports. I was in the healthcare sector, loved healthcare. I was an entrepreneur. My main business was traumatic brain injury rehab. And that's all, yes, minor detail. We sold to private equity in 2015, and it was a really interesting time because it was women were not a lot at the table. And so after that, it was kind of a self-reflection of what do I want to give back to the world? I had my career in healthcare. It didn't energize me like it used to. So the last 10 years have really been about how can I empower and elevate other women, whether it's through my investments, as we talked about earlier, whether mentoring, advising. In sports, I always come back to sports. Sports taught me so many amazing things as a kid. It taught me discipline, confidence, collaboration, all these different things. And I see how it evolves with my own children. I have 3 daughters. You asked me the why. My 3 daughters, I want them to know they can do anything in this world. And by not just talking about it, but doing it and showing that other people can come in with us, it changes the dynamics. And so if we can change that narrative, you also know I own a dance studio in Houston.
Yes,
I have 200
because dance,
kids.
let's go.
We can't pick what our kids do. Let's just say that. My daughter's a world ballroom champion. And so that's important. And I see with these kids, they want that. They want to know, I want to change the narrative. How do we say owning women's sports is the norm? And Jes and I've talked about this a lot. We want to change that narrative. How can we change it from the norm being the norm versus the exception? And that starts early. What can they do? These were a lot of things that we weren't taught. Generation Xers were the last of the feral generation. We weren't taught a lot of these things. So how can we give that back and teach them that, but also show them that, to Jes's point, they can do anything in this world.
Amazing. You know, you have put together an incredible group of folks who are, in their way, as inspiring as the two of you are. And it's a large group. As an ownership group goes, it looks to the average eye to be bigger than most and different. I've heard the word weird. And when we've talked about that, I mean, Jes, the first thing you said, well, this is the future of ownership. Can you talk about the vision there?
Yeah, traditional sports ownership has been reserved for the very, very, very few for a long time. The ultra wealthy, concentrated. And that doesn't make sense. Sports should be something that's accessible. It is something, it's fandom and community at its core. So we wanted community to be the pillar of our ownership group from the start.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we have about 80 owners.
Amazing.
And that was by design.
Yeah.
And we went out to professional athletes and Olympians, to creators, to entrepreneurs, to investors, to executives, to different people from different backgrounds who are passionate about women's sports. They're passionate about volleyball. They're passionate about the San Francisco Bay Area community. They're passionate about the next generation of girls and wanted to come together. And the idea was, with a group like this, how can we harness so many unique skill sets, perspectives, networks, resources to build something truly great and truly differentiated?
Your co-founding partner, Stephanie Martin, I heard her the other day, and I think she said the total reach of the ownership group is 20 million.
Yes.
I mean, it's a formidable media channel.
It is a formidable media channel.
And I'll admit, and Stephanie, you all know, I didn't even expect 80 when we were having our conversations, and that was disorienting. And the experience I went through in that, and hearing this is the future of ownership, and then being in ownership meetings, where I will say, for those who are considering being an entrepreneur and doing their own thing, it is very powerful to have a monthly gathering with that group of people. It might be my favorite hour of the month. And everybody opts in.
Yeah.
They're not told to. It's just an opportunity, and it's very interesting to see that legends in sports everywhere. You say multi-Olympic gold medalists are showing up. It really is powerful.
Because we're asking them to have a seat at the table. We're saying,
Care.
You get to be a part of this in a way that a lot of us were never asked to be at other tables, right?
Yeah.
Here we said we wanted owners, not investors. We wanted people who wanted to build this with us, right? And also imagine what we can do together, not just in this team and this community, but imagine bigger and bigger of what this community can do, both in itself and what we do next, and how we inspire more groups to come together to build.
Totally. What is your perspective on this group?
I have to tell you.
I know you're chomping at the bit.
Yeah, we just said this. I said, are you crazy? Why are we going to do this? You know, the more investors sometimes you have, the more headaches that you have.
Right.
And I thought this would not be how we'd normally structure an opportunity
Sounds like
this.
a headache.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so I have to tell you, she's shown me wrong. And I thought, we're going to have a lot of dead weight. We're going to have people that don't care and they're only going to complain. I've been astonished by the involvement, the excitement, to your point, the passion and the energy that comes off. She proved me wrong, so Jes is right. I was wrong. And it's been amazing because you do see, and they bring such different views and just ideas. And so it is the wave of the future.
It really, and we can say from behind the scenes, we can't reveal much yet.
Yeah.
It is developing so fast, and there's so many good ideas, big ideas, that almost too many. But I think I believe this team will really have a trajectory that's maybe unlike any other team in its first year than this one. I'm just calling it, but we'll see.
And you have almost 80 brand ambassadors now.
Yeah.
Right? Who go and they
Highly influential.
rep the brand because they are so proud to be an owner and to be building it.
I see your red shirt.
Look at what's happened at Sports Beach. I mean, we roll deep. I mean, we go everywhere. You see red everywhere. And that's so exciting because we're out there saying, hey, look at us. We're going to change the face of women's sports.
There's 10 or more of us here, I think.
There it is.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I do want to touch on one thing. You have a book coming out.
I do.
Talk about it real quick.
So I have a book calling out called The Success Lie, and it's reframing your reality to thrive personally and professionally. And it goes back to a lot of the lies that I was told as a child of how I had to be in business as a female. You can have it all. No, you can't. Not at the same time. Don't burn yourself out. Perfectionism doesn't exist. Say yes to everything. Don't worry, somebody will take care of you. And that goes back to the financial literacy. No, we need to educate ourselves and learn how to manage our own finances. So it's just a lot of things that I've learned throughout my time and helping other women really look at their own lives and giving them permission to rewrite the rules. Incredible,
and also on brand for you and on brand for this whole venture. It's just you guys are the peak of inspiration, honestly. On that note, I'm sure there's some good mantras in there. I'm going to do the speed round here, and so just go from the gut. Go, give me a quick answer. Doesn't need to be a long why, but since you've written a book, and I'm sure there's good Chantellisms in there. What's a Chantellism that you either tell others or that you preach, or do you tell yourself?
Sure. Saying no to something isn't about making someone feel bad. It's about giving someone else the opportunity. Someone else that really wants that opportunity, because sometimes we say yes to things that we don't want to do because we feel obligated. Reframe it in your own mind to me saying no gives someone else the opportunity to say yes.
Great answer. What do you think, Jes? A mantra, a Jesism.
A Jesism?
Do you want me to answer this for you? No,
yes.
I'm sorry. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
No, if you know her that well,
yeah. No, go ahead.
I've got a couple of them.
Give me your top one.
I don't believe in fear.
Damn. All right. Woo! We're not going to drop the mic. It's a mic drop worthy one. All right, back to the second of the three. What is your favorite curse word? I'm going to start with you, Jes.
F-bomb.
F-bomb. I mean, you can say it here, but it's okay. Chantell.
Well, you know mine's the F-bomb. Fuck off. I mean, yeah, you know how that works. So again, yes.
Hell yes. All right. And last question. One of you gets the benefit of thinking about it for a hot second, so I'm going to start with Chantell and give you the benefit. You can have dinner with any person in history, living or past. Who would it be and why?
Wow.
Or either of you can pick.
Oh, I have so many of these.
You go first.
Okay, I'm taking two. Sorry. Madam C.J. Walker.
Okay.
Right? First self-made millionaire, woman millionaire, entrepreneur, daughter of slaves, built a hair empire, was the original entrepreneur in a time when women weren't taken seriously, when black people weren't taken seriously, what she did, how she overcame, how she kept building different businesses. I mean, I just want to pick that woman's brain about how it ticked and how she did it and how she came to that. So that's number one.
Okay.
Second one.
Okay, it's a good dinner so far.
Junko Tabai, first woman who climbed Everest.
Okay.
In 1975, Japanese woman, at a time also where Japanese women were not athletes, did not have a lot, took Her husband was like, hey, you can climb Everest, but you have to give me a baby first. So she's like, fine, here's your baby, has a daughter. 6 months later, takes a women's group from Japan to Everest. She's like missing a sleeping bag. And so she has to share a sleeping bag with another woman on this expedition. An avalanche takes them out at night, and they're all like, it takes them days to get it. They don't have the resources. People have to go down. They nominate one person to go forth, and she climbs Everest and plants the Japanese flag on top. I wish I could have dinner with her.
Let's go. That's a great dinner.
I don't even think I want to answer that question. So thank you. Thanks, Glenn, for having us here today. We appreciate you.
You're welcome to pass.
No, I'm not even going after that one. Okay, right. Yes.
If anybody, we're out of time, but if anybody out there had any doubt about the purpose, integrity, and belief in what the vision of this League One San Francisco, it feels small to call it a team, but initiative, movement. Thank you. Hopefully, I think that would put it to rest. At minimum, if you want to support it, there's lots of ways to do it. It ain't hard to find, and we'll be first serve will be this January, and we'll definitely be there.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
From Sport Beach in Cannes, France, in the content studio, Glenn Cole, Jes Wolfe, Chantell Preston. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.